The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You. And welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Ken Adams here, and I'm pleased to have you. You've been on our program a couple times, Margie, haven't you?
I have been. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Good to have you back. And I thought it was particularly good timing that we talk about, number one, what you do and how you help the facilities that you help promote and so forth, and how they're doing. So explain a little bit what it is that Golden Sherpa does.
Well, I'm Margie. I am the founder of Golden Sherpa, and we are a senior living platform. We help adult children and professionals find available placement in senior living and long-term care. So right now, crazy time in the senior living industry, but it's a crazy time for all of us. And so Golden Sherpa, I had somebody ask me, Margie, how does this affect Golden Sherpa? I said, we were created for families to have communication directly with long-term care and retirement communities virtually. So actually, Golden Sherpa was set up for opportunity for this time. Yeah. So you can go to Golden Sherpa, you can search at the community level, and then you can connect directly with the providers. Yeah, there we go. So we launched in August of last year, and right now, I will tell you, there is a bit of a slowdown. Nobody really wants to do anything. We're all staying home. Within the community.
Well, for everybody.
Yes, everybody's doing that. Everybody. And within the communities, they really can't have anybody come in. So unless you're essential, you are asked to stay at home, take care of yourself, connect with your loved ones. Definitely. I was talking to some of our providers last week, and then this morning wanted to make sure I spoke correctly for them. But, so what does it look like in a long-term care community today? Well, if they're in a large community, they're probably isolated in their rooms. They see their caregivers. Everybody gets touched at least once a day. People are seeing them, their meals in their rooms. They're connecting with family and loved ones electronically. Every community, and we suggest that you contact your communities directly to the best way to communicate with your loved one. So they're doing activities. Somebody is doing exercise in the hallway. I asked, are they getting their mail? How are they getting their mail? And they're going to their mailbox. They're wearing their masks. They're suggested that they wear masks. They're wearing their masks. Within most of the communities, all of the staff and children, loved ones should be asking these questions if they're concerned. How are they caring for their staff at these communities? When we started talking about this a month ago, really, one of the things that I heard and I shared with my communities as well, the people who will come out of this, they're going to be caring for their staff and their residents. But their staff, it's really important right now because they come and go, right? Unless they live at the community, most staff go home. And so, this gentleman I was talking to today, he's like, I'm getting my groceries delivered at home. Everybody who works in a community, that's their vocation. And they really want to make sure all of their residents are served well and that they're happy. Now, you're not required to come out to these hallway activities. You're not required to join activities, but there are activities happening in communities, so definitely ask about that. And they are accepting residents. So if you do find while you're home or you're talking to your loved one via the phone, or in my case, my parents live away. They live in Arizona, so I don't see them. You can you can, you can connect with them
Right.
and send letters, that type of thing. So I think they're all doing fairly well. Yeah.
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 The number one question that I'd be amiss if I didn't ask it, and that is, what are these facilities doing to keep things sanitary and clean and all
Sure.
that? Because we know how it started in this state. There were the deaths on the west side. We have not had anything like that here at all. But
Well, we have a
that
little bit
would
of
be
a
a
pocket.
that would be a concern. Yeah, with the
Yeah, we
veterans
have a little bit of a
facility.
pocket, but in one community, and I would recommend in state of Washington, you can call if you have your a loved one in a particular community, you can call Washington State Health, and they will connect you with that community to find out if there's any COVID there. So there are no listings. There was a listing that came out, and now you have to call Washington State Department of Health. So.
Sure.
But within communities, we have one that actually has a whole little cart that is right outside the door of the resident's apartment. So when they're interacting with them, they have all the masks, the gloves right there in a cart. And they have no COVID in that community, but they are preparing. They have additional staff to check people before they come in. And like so many other businesses, and as they open up the community, I think we're going to see this across the board. We're going to be asking people questions. We're going to take temperatures, and they're doing that in communities. They're going to ask them, where have you
Hmm.
been? What have you done before you go to work and when you come to visit? So uh, they're doing everything that they know today. But as we know, and I think part of what we saw on the west side and with some other communities, we don't know, right? So we
Yeah.
can only
Yeah.
do we can only do what we are asked to do at a certain point, and then you can test, but as we've heard, testing is not always the best to date. You can check the temperature of people coming in, but there are so many people you can't even tell if they have this virus. So they're doing the best that they possibly can. I'm pretty excited to
Hmm.
hear that the hospitals were getting testing and they were getting all of their PPE, and now all of that is coming. They're directing that to the vulnerable adults. I really want to say, we're talking about the doctors and the nurses and the grocery store workers, but we need to give a lot of encouragement and support to our long-term care providers. They were doing this and have been doing it, and in some cases, it was been a struggle to find protective the PPE. Now they're getting that. So it's pretty
Yeah.
exciting, and I think that's happening across the country. I think when we come out of this, that will be an area, because it's not going to change. Vulnerable adults will always be impacted by this. So we really need to support those areas where they're at. So good things are
Hmm.
happening now. And if you look at the numbers, long-term care is a really good place to be right now if you're a
Yeah.
senior.
Good.
Imagine, we do have in-home care and in-home health I'd like to talk about too. So Golden
Okay.
Sherpa
Good.
senior living. So not just communities. We don't have all our information on our website about in-home care and in-home health, but they're doing the exact same thing. So they have to have, if you have somebody coming into your home, you should be asking them, do they have PPE? What type of protections are they creating for their clients and staff? And they are also, right now, if you find that you need those services, they are accepting clients. There are even some in-home health companies that will work with COVID clients. So if you have COVID-19, they're actually programs where they will go into your home and help you. And I think people need to know
Wow.
about that as well. Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you've got a variety of services through Golden Sherpa. How can people find out more information and start some of that hunting process now safely?
so
You know.
So you can go to goldensherpa.com. When we have goldensherpa.com, we are getting some communities on the west side. We have a community in Kennewick, and we're right now talking to some long-term care providers in Seattle. But we're
Hmm.
building it as we go. I think that if you were, I wanted to let everybody know too, if you were looking or considering a long-term care or retirement community, this is a really good time because people, there's actually availability where in some communities, things were happening rapidly and people are kind of taking a step back. I equate it very similar to if you were planning on buying a car, I'd go buy a car right now. If you were planning on looking at long-term care or retirement community, right now is a really good time to connect with them and start talking to them about their what they have their openings coming up. And you will, if today you needed to find a community today, you will have to probably have a 14-day quarantine period. And most communities have some type of restriction today, but you'll still get your support in the community. And once everything starts to open up, you'll have a variety of activities. You will have food cooked for you. You'll have a new community compared to being home isolated, which is another, situation that we have right now too. People who are not in communities, who are home alone and feeling isolated. So,
yeah. Well,
right
as you said, this is a good time to start hunting, and you can do it from the easy chair at home or wherever at any time, 24/7. So it's a perfect time.
Yes, it's a perfect
Thank you very
time.
much. Again, where's the website so people can go and find it?
Golden Sherpa at goldensherpa.com.
Okay.
Again, we're in Spokane, Washington, Tri-Cities. We have a community in Kennewick. Yeah, goldensherpa.com.
The thing I love is that it's a local, not a national, that just kind of goes through the motions. It's a local, and you care about your communities.
We tour every community. We do the work for you. We tour all the communities. You register, and you can connect directly to the providers. Yes.
Great.
At goldensherpa.com.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. And thank you for watching the Pulse of Spokane. Have a good day, everybody.
Here at River Ridge Hardware, we can match any color for you. So you need this color matched for your trim in your bathroom. Come to the color computer, stick it into the spectrometer, and allow the machine to do its thing, and it will match your trim exactly. So whether it was done by water damage or a young child, we can get you covered and get it matched. If you do need to have something so that it completely disappears, I can certainly help you with that one as well. Along with the spectrometer color matching capability that can match any competitor's paint color, we have a beautiful color palette that can help you start any new project. Give us a try.
After I got divorced, I had medical debt, credit card debt, and student loan debt. I was dealing with a lot of guilt. I found myself shopping to feel better. When my son was born, wanting to manage my finances was no longer a want, it was actually a need. STCU made that possible for me. I use the mobile app every single day. I'm able to color code all of my different savings accounts. And when you have nice things to look at, I think it brings you on a deeper level of motivation. I'm Kamika Love, the Budget Mom, and STCU is here for good.
This is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.